This is the brief on The Great Ruler, episode 176, Grand Arena Showdown. So, we're jumping into this really intense episode of The Great Ruler, right? We've got these young warriors just throwing down in these crazy arena battles. And you won't believe the alliances that pop up and the ancient powers they start unleashing. It's seriously legendary stuff. First off, things get wild right away with some unexpected team-ups in the arena. Ji Qian ends up fighting Huan Qingqian, who everyone loves, while Shi Tianhe takes on the also super popular Ro Li. Kind of funny how the crowd favorites ended up against these guys. Second, boom, both Ro Li and Huan Qingqian suddenly show off these insane powers nobody saw coming. Ro Li pulls out her ancient Ro clan sword, yeah, that legendary blade, and actually wounds Shi Tianhe, punching right through his blood barrier, which is supposed to be, unbreakable. We don't usually see this kind of power from her, especially when her buddy Mu Chen's around, you know? Then, Huan Qingqian whips out her golden halberd and reveals these golden phoenix wings, totally matching Ji Qian's famous speed. His big advantage? Gone, just like that. Finally, both sides just crank it up to 11. Shi Tianhe counters Ro Li by activating his blood demon arms, this crazy ancestral weapon, healing himself and getting way stronger. Ji Chen fires back with his 3 scorching suns technique, but then Huan Qingqian responds with this breathtaking full golden phoenix transformation. She literally becomes the mythical golden divine phoenix, ranked super high, like 6th among powerful beasts, gives her heaven grade expert power. And get this, she then challenges Ji Qian to show his ancient sky dragon eagle form. Whoa, so he's got some hidden power too.
Yeah, these arena fights are really showing off some deep, hidden potential in old legacies, a true test of what these young fighters are made of.
This is the brief on the fierce battles of The Great Ruler, episode 177. Okay, so this episode, it dives right into some really pivotal, super intense magical duels from The Great Ruler, you know, that popular cultivation anime. We're talking about spiritual masters just throwing down with incredible power, pushing characters right to their limits with some frankly devastating techniques. All right, first up, we've got this major clash kicking off between Ruin Li and Sha Tianhe. Now, he busts out this terrifying blood demon arm. It's this dark artifact, yeah? And get this, it's basically a nasty imitation of the very weapon that actually killed Ruin Li's father. So you can imagine, his attacks are just brutal. This forces Ruin Li to, well, unleash her own ancient weapon, the Rushan sword. It's this ice-like blade, tons of power, and Sha Tianhe's family, they've feared it for ages. Wielding it is super dangerous for her, you know, she's actually bleeding just using it. But wow, its power just slices right through Sha Tianhe's arm, leaves him badly wounded and kind of stops his spooky demonic healing too. So while that's happening, there's another big dramatic fight unfolding. This time it's Huan Qingqian versus Ji Qian. Huan Qingqian comes in riding her amazing golden phoenix, facing off against Ji Qian, who starts with her divine light scripture technique. And Huan Qingqian's phoenix, it's definitely getting the upper hand pretty quick. But then, bam, Ji Qian totally shifts gears and escalates things big time. She summons this absolutely massive blood demon giant. It's this monstrous being, really dark, and kind of mirrors what Sha Tianhe was doing earlier with his demonic power. Things are heating up. So yeah, these battles just keep escalating, really hammering home the dangerous stakes and the incredible power flying around in this fantasy world. This is the brief on The Great Ruler, episode 178. Okay, so this episode, it throws us right into this intense, kind of unfair 2-on-1 fight. Things get pretty wild when someone unexpected jumps in and, well, pulls out some seriously ancient, mysterious power. First up, you've got this really skilled martial artist, Huan Qingqian, right? And she just gets jumped. It's 2 against 1, totally brutal. One attacker has this crazy powerful spear, the other's got this monster called a blood demon beast and its dangerous blood demon bell. Even with her strong golden phoenix defense, they just overwhelm her. She gets badly hurt. Her spiritual energy's all chaotic. Yeah, you can bet the people watching were pretty outraged. But then, just when it looks like game over for Huan Qingqian, second, her ally Ro Li makes this super dramatic entrance, literally appearing from a sea of blood. and her whole look changes. Her silver hair turns completely black, and she gets this incredibly calm, almost cold, like queenly vibe. You just know her power level shot way, way up. And finally, Ro Li unleashes her ultimate move, the ancient and super mysterious Ro River Deity. Now, this thing is legendary, apparently ranked 5th in this Myriad Demon Records Earth rank. What's really wild is, it's not from a normal bloodline. It's born from this ancient, destroyed river, bonded with an unborn child somehow. It appears as this beautiful, powerful light figure and just effortlessly dissolves that nasty blood demon bell attack, trapping the attacker. Seriously, nobody saw that level of power coming. So yeah, this episode really shows how hidden powers and a dramatic rescue can completely turn the tables in a seemingly impossible fight. This is the brief on the Great Ruler, Zizun Si revealed. Okay, so today we're jumping into episode 179 of The Great Ruler on YouTube. Things really heat up. We see this huge battle that kind of flips the script on power levels and introduces some seriously game-changing stuff. First off, Royo Lee just shows incredible power. Her gentle lake ability, it morphs into this like unbreakable prison, trapping Sha Tianha's blood demon beast. That's his powerful spirit body, mind you. He almost bites the dust, but gets away just because a mysterious ancient eagle weakens the prison for a sec. Wild. Second, Ji Qian. He reveals this profound new cultivation level, giving us a peek at the legendary Zizun realm. After showing off his ancient sky dragon hawk spirit beast, he creates a partial Zizun Si. Now this is a big deal. It's this internal power source for true Zizun cultivators, replacing their regular energy core and letting them hide their spirit inside, making them almost immortal. Elderling Shi even notes, yeah, it's not fully formed, but its power, way beyond normal. Finally, things escalate, right? Ji Qian's immense spiritual power, his Ling energy, just smashes Ruali's defenses. Her river spirit, her spiritual form, dissipates. So Sha Tianha sees his chance and pulls a really dirty sneak attack. But just as Ruali's ally Huan Qingqian jumps in, bam, this mysterious figure appears in a flash of lightning, blocks the hit, and saves them both. Wow. So yeah, this episode totally shakes up the power dynamics, hinting at massive new challenges and alliances in the Great Ruler.
This is the brief on Mu Chen's big comeback fight in The Great Ruler. So, picture this. We're jumping into The Great Ruler, picking up right after the anime's 52nd episode. A hero everyone thought was basically gone? Yeah, well, he storms back onto the scene during this really intense arena battle, and wow, he's got some wild new powers to show off. First off, you've got Mu Chen, the guy people were pretty sure was trapped for good in this mysterious, kind of dangerous place called the Blood Mirror. He just pops back up, out of nowhere, right there on the Golden Arena. You can imagine, his followers from Beijing Academy, they're absolutely thrilled. And he doesn't waste any time, stepping right in to shield his allies, Lu Li and Wen Qingxian, from this tough opponent, Ji Qian. Talk about making an entrance, right? Second, Mu Chen seriously ramps things up by revealing some incredible new tricks. He unleashes his perfected 9 revolutions lightning god physique. Okay, basically, his skin starts glowing silver, crackling with lightning. Super powerful body technique. Then he actually unseals and takes control of this ancient, pretty evil artifact called the Great Meru Demonic Pillar. It expands into this massive tower, just radiating tons of dark energy. Intense stuff. And finally, this is probably the most mind-blowing part. Mu Chen manages to harness the demonic pillar's power, pulling it right into his own internal energy center, his spiritual Si. This lets him create something called a pseudo-sovereign Si. Think of it like a temporary, supercharged, blood-red energy source that mimics the real super-powerful sovereignty state. It's not permanent, okay? But, oh man, does it give him this insane temporary power boost. Ji Qian? Totally blindsided. What a seriously audacious move.
So yeah, Mu Chen's now totally geared up for an epic showdown, packing some serious heat thanks to that ancient artifact and his own cleverness.